All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you guys asked and you shall receive. We have the legend, we have the one and only Tucka Da Huntaman right here live on the line, man. How are you doing this evening?
How's it going, Canada? How's it going? Appreciate you.
Hey, man, I appreciate you as well, man. I have to ask, did you actually catch that Super Bowl halftime performance? It was phenomenal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was definitely legendary.
I gotta say, in my personal opinion, Mary J. Blige stole the show, man. In my personal opinion, they all did great, but I loved Mary J.'s actually performance.
Yeah, they all stood out, but, Mary definitely did her thing. She definitely did.
But I know you're a very busy guy, Tucka, so I'm going to dive right into this broadcast, but I want to take you back to the very beginning of your musical career, where you were actually under the wing of the radio show host, Red Alert. I was wondering, how did yourself and Red Alert originally get connected, and of course, what was it like working with him at the very beginning of your career?
Well, actually, it was Funkmaster Flex. He signed me for records, and I got to him because of a friend. Well, actually, my cousin knew somebody who worked at Def Jam, and he introduced me to him, and he shopped the demo. Flex liked it and wanted to sign me, and I signed the profile.
And I have to ask as well, when he actually offered you, and you said they knew people at Def Jam, did Def Jam ever try to get you before Profile, or was Profile the only ones that had their eyes on you at that current time?
No, it wasn't Def Jam. The person who shot my deal, he worked for I forgot the name. Rush, I think Rush Production Management. That's what it was. And he shot my demo. And I think we got like four or five offers. It was funny because we even got offers from people who turned me down weeks prior. So it was kind of funny.
And I gotta say as well, they're probably kicking themselves in the ass when they actually originally turned you down, man. Because I gotta say, you were phenomenal back in the day, in my personal opinion.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I definitely appreciate it. But after the Profile deal, we actually didn't put out any music. We put out a few singles, like 3-4 singles. We was featured on a few things, but we never put out once Flex left. He left Profile. Once he left, then we left the label eventually, and then we never put out a full-length album, not until recently.
And also as well, in the year '94, you were actually featured on Body Rock's single titled "Groove with You Tonight." I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about that studio session, and of course, what was it like just being featured on that single alongside Body Rock?
It was cool. I actually went to high school with them, so, and we was also label mates, so it was actually a no-brainer. And it was fun, back in the days, it was a cool vibe in the studio, fun, bunch of people in the studio, it was good, and we knew each other, so it made it that much easier.
And I gotta say as well, in my personal opinion, that single is an absolute classic, man. I still hear it actually on the radio down here in Canada, actually once or twice within the year, man. It's still popping out here.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what? And it was years before I heard it. It wasn't until the internet came around. And then I started hearing it more on the internet, hearing it more. Then I started hearing other songs on the internet. So thanks to the internet.
And also as well, I have to ask as well, man, because when you actually signed with Profile, of course you had a single deal and whatnot. The one thing I have to ask, man, is what actually made you decide to not release anything until recently? Because I've been hearing that on the internet. A lot of individuals were wondering what happened and why you didn't release any more music. Because I gotta say, you were like I said before, you were phenomenal. I'm not even trying to gas you up. Like, you had some massive traction going on.
Well, it's funny because when I was shopping the demo, like I said, we had like 4 or 5 offers, and at the time, my attorney was telling me not to sign the Profile. And the only reason I guess that we did sign is because of Flex. But like I said, after he left, things kind of sort of turned left, and it wasn't a good experience. So once I left Profile, it was like, for a while, it was like forget music. So I started doing other things. Started getting into videos at the time. So I was going back and forth from New York to California until about 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. A guy named Joey from Smoke On Records. He had hit me up on, I think it was Facebook Messenger. So he was asking me the same thing. How come I never put out an album? Was I interested? And at the time, I told him I wasn't interested. And we kind of conversated. He hit me up a few more times. We kind of conversated. And then a couple of years ago, he kind of hit me up and was like, yo, where's the music at? So I was like, well, it's probably somewhere in the closet somewhere. So he was like, how much money is making you in the closet? So after we had a conversation, he kind of had a point. So he picked, I think it was 10 songs and put an album together. Then he said he wanted to put it out. And then COVID came around. So I think it was 2020, he didn't put it out. And then 2021, December, it was funny, Christmas of last year, 2021, he actually put it out. And then we shot a video for the first single, For the Things We Do, For the Things We Do. And he actually put that out the day after Christmas.
And I gotta say as well, like, that was definitely a wonderful Christmas gift for all the hip-hop fans, man, because I remember when I actually seen the article pop off, those vinyls, they went so quickly, it was like a snap of the finger and they were gone. I couldn't even get my hands on one the moment I seen it. They were sold right out.
So I was told. It's crazy because, like I said, if it wasn't for COVID, we probably would be, we wouldn't be here right now. It was released in 20 countries, but unfortunately, right now we have to sit put, so we just waiting.
And I have to ask as well, when he actually reached out to you multiple times, like, obviously you were sitting on these songs for multiple years. Did you ever actually have any, like, thoughts being like, you know what, I should really do something with this music throughout the years before he reached out? Or did you just kind of keep those for your own personal use?
No, I never had the desire to put it out at all. I really didn't think about it until he started hitting me, and I started getting hits from people from other countries. And it was kind of funny to me because here in the States, you know, people gravitate towards new. So it's not you have hip hop stations that play old school hip hop, but old school hip hop is not, you know, it's bigger in other countries than it is here. So it was kind of funny to me that, you know, people was gravitating to the music like they were.
And in my personal opinion, I think the reason why people were gravitating to it the way they were in 2021 and even today, I think it's because, in my personal opinion, the mainstream is so diluted now. Everything sounds the same. The beats, the rap, it's all the same. So I think hearing something like to us, brand new Tucka Da Huntaman, I think it was just kind of like a breath of fresh air to us hip hop heads.
Yeah, because like you say, because all the songs was recorded in between 94 and 96. Nothing was recorded recently.
And also as well, just before we move off the topic of this brand, like, to us, brand new record, did you guys have any plans to actually repress any more vinyl for the individuals that didn't get the opportunity to snag themselves a copy?
Yeah, we're about to Smoke on there, pressing up more vinyl and CDs. I'm about to shoot a video for the next single, and he's about to release CDs.
And I gotta say, it definitely sounds phenomenal, man. You know what I mean? I'm definitely looking forward to snagging myself a copy. Hopefully this time they don't go with a snap of a finger. Hopefully I get at least 2 minutes to get on that site and snag one.
I hope you do. We'll definitely make sure you get one.
And also as well, I actually had a user-submitted question from an individual by the name of Tasty Pete. He actually said that he saw a YouTube comment years ago that you were actually... that you actually became a music teacher and actually taught somebody when they were a kid in the late 90s, early 2000s. I have to ask, if this is actually true, what actually made you decide to actually teach individuals music?
That's not true, but what happened was I started helping artists in the neighborhood. So throughout the years, you know, we help people get deals, and we in the studio helping you get your projects together. So I was just helping them on the strength. Like I said, I never had a desire to get back into the music business till about 10, 15 years later. So I started a production company, stopped playing entertainment, and I started a we're about to release 2 projects this month from 2 artists, one from Philly and one from Virginia.
And I have to ask as well, what can our listeners actually expect from these new artists, man?
Well, it depends, because it's different now. Like I said, with the internet, you could definitely find your own following, your own niche. So the genre, you could reach more genres. So it's kind of easy to find your following on the internet. It's definitely more important to, be hands-on and see the fans hands-on. But nowadays, it's more of a social media internet.
And also as well, I actually noticed that you actually have your own clothing line available as well, titled Time is Money. I was wondering, what actually made you decide to start up your own clothing company? And of course, where can our listeners actually go to actually buy some of your phenomenal merch?
It was already started. My partner had started it, Carlos Suarez, out of the Bronx. And it was something that I wanted to be a part of. He was a friend of mine, and, music and fashion kind of go together, and that was one of the things that I did after music. So we got together, had a conversation, and we became co-partners. We had a website, timeismoneyfashion.com. We took it down. We're about to put it back up with the spring and summer line. But you could find it now on eBay and Amazon at timeismoneyfashion.com, and definitely social media at Time is Money Tuck on Instagram at Time is Money Mac.
And I gotta say, I definitely love the snapbacks that you guys actually got, man. They're definitely flashy, man. They're definitely an eye catcher.
I appreciate it, and they definitely go, especially in the summertime.
And also as well, while we're actually on the topic of merchandise and whatnot, I also saw as well on Facebook, roughly around 2020 criteria, that you guys actually have a Conjugal, a secret blend of rum with natural flavors available. I gotta ask, what actually made you decide to get into the rum industry? And of course, do you guys actually have any of them available actually to be purchased in any liquor stores?
Yeah, I definitely, one of my friends, Fridge, it was him and his partner's brand, and once again, he invited me into the brand, and it's sort of new, not even a year old yet, and it started a vodka line too as well. I think about 2 weeks ago, and it's definitely in the stores now, in certain stores in certain areas in New York and Virginia. And there's definitely a website for it too, conjugal.com.
And I gotta say as well, it definitely looks like some tasty rum. I know down here in Canada, unfortunately you can't import rum, so hopefully, you know what I mean, you guys actually bring it to the LCBO within Canada, man, because I'll definitely get drunk off your brand.
I appreciate it. I definitely let them know.
And the one thing I do have to ask, going back to the music here momentarily, because obviously, this vinyl's hot right now. Everybody loves it, and everybody wants it. I have to ask, do you actually plan to actually put together another fresh project, or are you just going to kind of release this vinyl and kind of, go back to being away from the music?
It's funny because I guess me and Joey had talked now for the second one, because he actually asked me the same thing. And we definitely have more material, so we had talks now for the second project, but we're still going to work this project. And like I said, hopefully I could hit a few countries.
But I have to ask, other than the clothing line and, of course, the rum and, in the talks of the brand new record, what is next for yourself, Tucka Da Huntaman? Is there anything else we missed during this broadcast? Anything else you do still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still got you here live on the Canadian FM dial this evening.
What's next for me is, like I said, building a Time is Money fashion brand, taking it to different places. The music, No Playing Music Group, releasing different artists and giving them a platform, and just staying active and positive.
And also, Tucka, this is the time in the interview briefly that I give a chance for the individual that does slide into the radio station airwaves, just a chance to give like shoutouts to whomever they want to give shoutouts to. But most of all, your social media handles, that way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything Tucka Da Huntaman if they're not already doing so.
I just want to say thank you for you and say I appreciate you for having me on your platform. I want to say thank you to Canada, definitely. And you can catch me at Instagram on Thomas Money Tuck and Facebook Kevin Tucker.
And I gotta say, first and foremost, Tucka, thank you so much, man, for just giving us this exclusive interview here on 97.7 FM this evening, man. It definitely was an honor and most definitely a privilege, man. And hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon. But for now, man, definitely enjoy the last few hours of the weekend.
Yeah, I appreciate you. And thank you for your support, man. And I thank you for having me on your platform.
Hey, man, you are most certainly welcome, man. I've been a fan for a long time, so thank you for just making tremendous music throughout the years, man. It truly is an honor.
Thank you, and I appreciate it.
Thank you so much again, Tucka. Have yourself a wonderful night.
All right, have a good one.